it's Lynn, day 9 of the 22 push-up challenge. I posted a couple of articles on my Facebook today addressing a couple of more general issues that our combat veterans may face when they return home. One article is Canadian, and it addresses homelessness in our veterans, in our veteran population. And one of the reasons I think this is really important is because homelessness itself sometimes is a result of an exacerbated mental health issue that has not been treated or acknowledged or properly dealt with. And homelessness also can exacerbate already existing mental health issues that the individual has been coping with. So even though it is not central to what we're talking about here in this challenge, it certainly is an issue many of our veterans face that can make their mental health and well-being, it can put it in a more precarious position. So I think it's important to recognize that. I also posted a study that was a little bit lengthy but really, really interesting. It was qualitative. It spoke with 6 combat veterans, I believe from the Iraq War, and talked to them about difficulties in terms of transitioning when they returned home, and gave some really interesting results. Of course, support is of paramount importance to all veterans when they return home in terms of being able to reintegrate back into civilian life. But one of the other paramount pieces of the puzzle is occupation, and we haven't talked a whole lot about that, but apparently it's often really difficult for veterans to find work after they return home and when they leave the service. The things that you learn, the skills that you become really, really good at for your job as a combat soldier are often not very easily transferable into the civilian world. So that was something that really, really popped, and something that I hadn't thought of, but of course that would affect a person's social well-being and their mental well-being as well. So lots of interesting information out there. I've just posted a couple of what I consider really relevant articles, and you're welcome to have a look. I'm going to do my 22 push-ups now, doing my best to keep doing them all in a row, and we'll see what happens this evening. Okay. Mother of Einstein, that was a little harder tonight. Anyway, folks, thanks so much for listening. Thanks for all the support, all the conversations, and for caring about the health, well-being, and lives of our combat veterans. Huge shout out, as always, to my nominees. I've been talking to most of you. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much for being down with the challenge, for getting the word out there, and keeping this really important conversation going. Tonight, I am nominating a great supporter, Scotty Patterson. Scotty, I know that you have this in you. You're an awesome and supportive individual, and I have great faith that you are going to meet this challenge and really help me keep this conversation going. All right, glad to have you on the team. Okay, ciao for now, people. Remember, protect the protectors. Love our veterans.